All right, YouTube, welcome. Here we are today in Crown Point, Indiana, and we are here at Maplewood Historic Cemetery, and we're here to visit John Wheeler. He was a Civil War soldier that died at Gettysburg, and this guy was an incredible man. He's got a great story to tell, and this is a beautiful cemetery. Many beautiful headstones and mausoleums. It's gorgeous. So we're going to tell you the story about John Wheeler and show you around a little bit. Let's go. Here we go. John Wheeler was a Civil War Union Army officer. He was born in Milford, Connecticut, and he grew up in Ohio. In 1847, he moved to Lake County, Indiana. He worked as a farmer and a teacher. In 1853, he was appointed a Lake County surveyor after he and his father undertook the successful task of draining many county swamp areas. He published the Crown Point Registry newspaper here in 1857. And when the Civil War began, he recruited a company of soldiers that was mustered in as Company B, 20th Indiana Volunteer Infantry, and he was commissioned as captain and commander on July 22nd, 1861. Love that mausoleum. The unit was stationed first in North Carolina, then in Hampton, Virginia. In March of 1862, the men witnessed a clash between the ironclad U.S. Monitor and the CSS Virginia. Promoted to major on February 16, 1862, in the coming spring, John Wheeler and his regiment were assigned to the Army of the Potomac and participated in the 1862 Peninsula Campaign. His unit first saw combat in the June-July 7-day battles, seeing heavy action in the battles of Oak Grove, Savage Station, Glendale, and Malvern Hill, sustained over 200 casualties. In August of 1862, the 20th Indiana Infantry played a key part in the Second Battle of Bull Run, at one point flanking and routing a Confederate attack. During this action, the 20th Indiana commander, Colonel William Lyons Brown, was shot in the head and killed, and John Wheeler took command of the regiment for the rest of the battle. Lieutenant Colonel John Van Valkensburg was advanced to colonel after the campaign, and John Wheeler was promoted to fill his position. At the December 1862 Battle of Fredericksburg, the men fought along the left flank of the Union Army and helped rescue the troops under Major General George G. Meade, who had broken through the Confederate lines but were unsupported and thrown back. In February of 1863, Colonel Van Valkensburg was dismissed from the Army for conduct unbecoming of an officer, and John Wheeler was promoted to colonel and commander of the regiment on February 11th. He led them at the May 1863 Battle of Chancellorsville, and in July 1863 the Battle of Gettysburg. His men arrived on the field with the rest of the III Corps, and on the second day of the engagement his regiment was part of the Union line stationed in the Rosewood on the ridges north of Devil's Den during the heavy fighting. While the regiment was engaged in heavy combat, Colonel Wheeler was riding behind the commander's battle line on horseback when he was shot in the head and instantly killed. When his remains were brought back to his hometown of Crown Point, Indiana, near 1,000 people attended the funeral services. His name is inscribed today on the 20th Indiana Infantry Monument in the Gettysburg National Military Park, which is located near the spot where he fell. Cross Avenue, Rose Grove. Well, there you have it, John Wheeler. Rest in peace and God bless. All right, I want to thank everybody for watching my videos, and please subscribe if you haven't. Struggling YouTube channel here could really use the help. So take care, and we'll see you on the next one.